you've heard about galvanic and or galvanic devices that you can purchase one, and you're not 100% sure if this is something that you would like to do, or you are a professional esthetician, you've gotten some training, but you're not 100% sure how it works. So today I will go step by step, and I'll have 2 more tutorials after this one that will explain the difference between what galvanic is, iontophoresis, disincrustation, and so you will be comfortable in either using it on yourself or professionally on a client. So let's get started right now. So very quickly, let me introduce myself. This is Maria from Vancouver, Canada. And as usual, I want to thank my subscribers for being there for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you do not know me, or by chance you found my tutorial, thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe, but most of all, ask me questions down below. And I will personally reply to you. If you have anything that is a little bit more personal or private, you can reach me on Instagram. On Instagram, I'm able to see your skin, your challenges, and a lot of times I'm able to give you advice on how to take care of your skin. So you have purchased or thinking about purchasing a little device, so maybe something like this. Okay, it's a cute little device. Or you are a professional esthetician, or even maybe you want to get yourself something a little bit stronger, something like this. But you know, with all these wires and little probes, you might be a little bit nervous on how to use it. And I will go step by step because I have a machine, a professional machine. And but once you know about everything about how the professional machine works, then if you have a little device, it's okay. It's a little bit, of course, it's weaker, but you will see some results. The effects in the skin, internally and externally. And before you decide to start the treatment, you need to know about the contraindications on who you don't do it, the precautions, which is safety, and also what are you going to feel, or what is your client is going to have, what kind of sensation is she going to experience. One of the questions that I have for you is, why do you want to do galvanic treatment? What is the reason? Tell me. Put a comment below. What do you think you're going to gain by doing galvanic treatment? So if you can quickly put questions below, or tell me why you're doing it, or what are the procedures, what are the steps. At the end of the tutorial, I will give you a quick summary on where and when you should do galvanic iontophoresis or disincrustation in your weekly repertoire, or if you are an esthetician, where and when would you include disincrustation or iontophoresis in the facial. So the contraindications that you need to be really aware, the first one is pregnancy. If she has a heart pacer, epilepsy, even if she has fear of wires, it's not really a contraindication, but she might be so fearful that she doesn't want to do it. So you will have to explain a little bit the benefits of this machine. Metal implants, and it's because the current is attracted to the metal. Now, it doesn't really matter if you have fillings or braces. Open wounds, like if she has one pimple, try to go around the pimple. If there's any inflammation, do not go in the area, please. The precautions is the safety of the machine. So the first thing is not to have any water near the machine, number 1. 2, all the jewelry needs to be removed. The machine must be checked regularly. So if there's if the fuse is burnt out, or if the cords are all frayed or broken, please be very, very careful. And the next precaution is that the machine, especially the professional machine, must be turned off and intensity to 0 before you use the machine. sensation. When you start doing the treatment, you must tell the client what are the sensations that she's going to experience. One is that she might feel warmth, tingling, or prickly sensation, but most of all, there's a chemical reaction in the mouth because of the direct current, and she will taste in the mouth a metal taste. Nothing to worry about. The galvanic current, the direct current, has been around for many years. I think it was around 1940s. So it is a machine that has been proven itself over and over, and it is a device or machine that an esthetician uses it quite frequently. So if you decide to get yourself a little device, it's not going to be as strong as the machine that the esthetician has, but you will see pretty good results. The galvanic machine has two separate treatments, and I mentioned already, which is Iontophoresis and desincrustation. So the main purpose of the desincrustation, by using the negative pull, which is called a cathode pull onto the skin, it is to clean and emulsify the fats, so the sebaceous, the sebum, the comedones. So the type of skin that you can use this type of treatment is a skin that is thicker, large pores, comedogenic, because you want to clean the skin. Skins that you cannot use, or you're not going to get any benefit, and actually it's bad, is for a skin that is very thin, broken capillaries, so like something that's really reddish, not good. And also somebody has acne, because acne is an inflammation, an infection. There's a moisture and pus, and this galvanic desincrustation does not emulsify pus. It emulsifies sebum, so we have to be very careful. Ingredients that we use for this machine is usually salt, which is also called sodium chloride. Baking soda with the machine works really well. And when you use the cathode, which is a negative pull, with these either baking soda or salt, it's your choice which one you want to use, there is a reaction and it produces sodium hydroxide. Okay, so sodium chloride, there's a reaction, and we'll get sodium hydroxide. When we use salt, or we're using baking soda, we will have a reaction which is sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide has two effects onto the skin, which is saponification, and there is like a reaction, there's like a soapy effect. So the sodium hydroxide onto the skin will emulsify, and it's like soapy, the sebum becomes soapy. So that is saponification. So the sebum is converted into soap. And the other one is called proteolysis or proteolysis, and it's a breaking down of protein. So the desincrustation will break down the protein or dead cells or skin in the follicle or onto the surface of the skin. So between the saponification and the proteolysis, we are cleaning the follicle and the skin squeaky clean. So now that we have a fairly good understanding of desincrustation, let's look at the other side, which is the positive pull onto the skin, and that is iontophoresis. The purpose of iontophoresis is to infuse or to push into the deeper layers of the skin water water-based products. So you have to be very careful that your products are ionizable, so it has to be ions in it. And I use the silhouette tone, but there's all different products on the market, and so the product has to be produced or created for that machine. You cannot just use a day cream or a serum or an oil, because it will not work. So the iontophoresis has two levels, two stages. One is anaphoresis and the other one is cataphoresis. And this is a little bit more into depth. If you're getting the little device, you don't really need to really understand this. But for the esthetician, this is very, very important. So please stay with me. In my next two tutorials that I will show you my machine, but right now it's much easier just to have a picture. And so if you look at here, we have a red opening here, which that is the positive, and the black one is the negative. And so that's very important, especially if you're getting this kind of machine, which is of course is stronger. So when you are starting with iontophoresis, which is pushing the products into the skin, infuses, the first step is using the negative wire into the negative opening, and that is anaphoresis. So we're using the cathode pole and we're doing the anaphoresis process. Phoresis means pushing into the skin. The anaphoresis, as we're doing, first of all, please have a gel onto the skin. It opens the pores or softens the pores. It stimulates the blood circulation, so there you will get a little bit of redness, increases the circulation. That's very important, especially with maturity. Stimulates the nerve endings, and it produces an alkaline reaction onto the skin. And you want to do it very evenly. Now don't go fast. So this is the speed, because you need to allow the current from here to go into the skin. Okay, so you want to do it quite in a systematic. So you're doing the cheeks, and then the chin, the neck. I would never go over the thyroid, so you would go on the side here and on the other side onto the forehead. So systematically, approximately 2 to 3 minutes that you're going throughout, and don't overdo it, because if you're taking too long, then you're going to emulsify, and you don't want to do that. So you want to stimulate long enough so that there is going to be like some redness and the circulation is being stimulated. The second stage of the iontophoresis is using the red wire into the red opening, and this now is called the anode, and it is a cataphoresis process, and basically also pushes into the skin the product. So this is a process where there is a pushing of the ions into the skin. It closes the pores, it hardens the skin, it decreases the circulation, it soothes the nerve endings, and it produces an acid reaction. And the whole process, of course, again, you have your gel and you're taking your time. Don't go too fast. Okay, remember to remove the jewelry and go throughout. And this step here a little bit longer, maybe 5 to 6 minutes. The whole treatment of iontophoresis should take approximately between 8 to 10 minutes, not longer than that. Thank you so much for still being here. I know that there's a lot of information, and as you're looking at my future 2, you will have so much information that you will have a total understanding, because I will be showing you my machine and going step by step. But if you decide not to look at the other ones, let me quickly go over the steps of when you should do this treatment. So the first thing you need to do, it doesn't matter if you do it on yourself with a little device, or if you're an esthetician doing on a client, the first thing you need to do is to remove all the makeup. So the skin must be fully cleansed. So you push the hair back, you can put on a bun or a headband, and you cleanse all your skin completely. The next step is to do a light scrub. Why a light scrub? Because you want to remove some of the dead skin. If you decide to do desincrustation, what I like to do is steam the skin, and I do have some devices below, like a little steam. If you're an esthetician, I'm sure you have already, or you can do hot towels, that will also work because you want to soften the skin. And after you do the steaming, you can do the desincrustation. So you'll use, I have this little tool here, and you do the desincrustation, which is the saponification. You remember that? And the protein lysis of the skin. So you're cleaning, you're emulsifying all the fat, causing saponification. And then very easily you can do the extractions if you're an esthetician. If you're at home, I would not advise that because it might cause some irritation, but that is up to you. After you do that, the skin is totally clean, ready for nutrients. So this is the time that you're going to get your gel-like product, put a thin layer, and you would do your iontophoresis because you're pushing the water-based product into the skin. So water-based products, important. And you do that for the desincrustation, 3 to 5 minutes, the iontophoresis, 6 to 8 minutes, up to 10, the max. And then once you've done that, all the water products, active ingredients are in your skin. This is the time that you could put an oil afterwards, okay? An oil onto the skin. You might want to do some massaging of your face, or you can do massaging on the client's face for 5 to 10 minutes. Then you can apply a mask, remove the mask, and apply a moisturizer. I hope you enjoyed this. I know there was a lot of information. So if you decide to get yourself a little device, it's not going to be as strong as if you decide to get yourself a device like this. This one's particular one, I will have a link below, and it has the high frequency and the galvanic. High frequency also has amazing benefits, and I do have a tutorial on that, so look at it at your leisure. Thank you so much for being here. Remember to be active with me, and do give me comments below, give me thumbs up, and I'll talk with you very soon.